Welcome to the end of day 2 at CES 2022. It has been a fantastic day, so much content, a bunch of sessions on retail and what's the future of experiential engagement with customers. And so I'm going to be talking about that, but Ken, I haven't seen you all day, man.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
It's been a lot. So two key areas today. 5G was a big one. Just broadly, what is the impact of 5G going to be? What's the impact of 5G going to be on transportation? And then segueing that into some of the connected cars and some of the functionality. One of the key use cases that's already out, that's emerging as it relates to 5G applications. So, if we take the first one, 5G. First thing to note there are still so many questions about 5G that even industry players still have as well. So to put this into perspective, when 4G came out, it took several years before some of the most important use cases were actually developed. Some examples of that would be streaming music. So Spotify or Apple Music or whatever it is that you use today, you use it everywhere. You think about it all the time, right? But that didn't exist in the early days of LTE. The same can be said for ride sharing, Uber and Lyft, right? So there are a lot of uses that we can expect with 5G that many people have not even started to imagine yet. So that's a very, very exciting component of 5G as we roll forward and begin to implement that. The second piece today was the connected cars. And so this is one important 5G use case, but it's not just 5G technology. It embraces a number of different technologies, including some sensory technology on cars, and a number of other things. And this is going to be really important. One of the speakers that I heard today talked about a future where there are literally zero accidents. And that's because the cars are autonomous, they're driving, they're talking to one another, they're talking to crosswalks and stoplights and pedestrians and bikes and everything, because they're all connected devices on one network. So it's really, really incredible. It's really exciting stuff. And the important takeaway is there are still a lot of questions, but even more importantly, there's a ton of opportunity. So it's just important that we continue this conversation, that we be open to the new technology, so that we can fully embrace and fully realize the benefits that are important.
That's fantastic, Ken. It's something that focuses on the retail industry. There's a lot of questions I'm getting from retailers is what does this mean? How do I engage in 5G? What does this mean for restaurants? What does this mean for the food and beverage space and CPG? And so there's a lot of questions that people have around 5G. I know that as they have questions, I don't know everything. And so the ideation sessions with your team, I'm very much interested in having them engage with you and your team to really understand where they can go and innovate. The other thing we saw today was a lot of sessions focused in on consumer products. Obviously, we're here at the Consumer Products Electronics Show, which obviously is a part of that, but it's this focus on customer experience. There's been a full day on sessions on how are customers engaging with brands? How do they want to engage? It's not just the metaverse, that is certainly an option, but experiences. What does experience mean? So with a large focus on how customers are engaging with brands, it's been interesting to see from the sessions, talking points, how the data is driving retailers to perform differently. Even with all the great sessions that we had today on data-driven analysis, understanding consumer behavior, consumer preferences, tomorrow we're going to see one more showroom floor, understanding and specifically looking at retail, restaurants, consumer goods, and the grocers. And so I'm excited about tomorrow. We got one more day at CES. And so, Ken, any parting words?
No, unfortunately, this is my last day at CES.
Oh,
so
Ken.
It's been great. It's been an awesome experience. I hope to come back again next year. I hope it is even better. But I'm excited to see what happens over the next year. I think it could be an entirely different conversation. Can't wait.
I'm excited.